Hey friends, hey, I'm back and I am now a mama of two, a boy and a girl. The last video that you guys saw was my nursery tour. If you didn't watch that video, you guys can click the info card at the top of this video and one of these corners. Click that info card, you can watch the nursery tour. I literally gave birth the very next day. I had a feeling that I was going to give birth very soon. On that day, I was like, let me knock out some key things that I need to knock out. The nursery tour was at the top of the list. So let me tell you guys how it went that day. On that day, I remember texting my mom early that morning saying, hey, today is gonna be the day. Like, I'm gonna give birth within the next 24 hours. I feel like today is the day. Like, I'm pretty sure today is the day. Baby girl was really low. I remember that night I kept having to pee a lot and there was just a tremendous amount of pressure. All throughout Monday, I was feeling lots of pressure.
She is trying to come out.
People inside. Whoa, people inside.
Be careful, don't fall.
We're always like out and about. I know that the whole virus thing, we're not actually out and about, but running errands where we're not having to like be in contact. So dropping off my orders for my shop, just the usual routine stuff that we do. But on that day, I was staying behind. Like, I had my boyfriend doing all of my errands because I'm just like, I can't leave the house because I'm feeling so much pressure down there and I don't want to mess around and deliver her in the car, right? I spent that day in the living room on the couch and pretty much just Netflixing it, right? Come lunchtime, my boyfriend asked me what I wanted for lunch and I was like, you know what I want? I want fry bread house. I just want me a bean and cheese fry bread. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ride with you. I feel like I'm okay to ride. We get into the car, head over to Fry Bread House. So I'm waiting in the car while he's picking up our food order. I'm feeling these surges. I think I was in full-blown labor, okay? I'm like breathing through it, but I'm still cool, you know what I mean? And I even have my little contraction timer and I'm like timing it. They're not close enough or even consistent enough for me to be like, oh, okay, we need to go. I love fry bread so much. I always just pig out in the car. I can never wait to get home and eat. So I pigged out. I ate in the car. We get home. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling normal, right? My little bun number one, he gets his fry bread. My boyfriend gets his fry bread and they're just chowing down. Boyfriend's like, man, you need to taste this green chili fry bread because it's amazing, right? And I'm standing up at the counter, right? I'm standing up at the counter at this point and he's sitting down at the counter eating. And so I'm like, oh, I don't really want any green chili, but he's like, you gotta taste it. So I taste the green chili. I put it in my mouth, chew, chew, chew. I swallow. I'm standing up still. I literally hear, like, I don't know if he was able to hear it, but I was able to hear and I'm like, it was like a pop down there, right? So I go to the restroom and my water breaks into the toilet. My midwife has always told me like, hey, when your water breaks, call me right away. Don't even text me, just call me and I'm gonna be on my way. So I called her and I'm calm. I'm like, hey, Alyssa, my water just broke. And she's like, okay, great. And I'm still calm. I'm like, yeah, everything is all good. I'm not really feeling like any serious contractions. I'm timing them, but everything is cool. You can just be on your way, you know, take your time, drive safe. So I come back out, I tell my boyfriend my water just broke and he's like, okay, cool. We're very calm about this. Neither of us are like frantic people. We're like very calm and we know we know we can handle stuff. We can handle situations. So I go into my closet. I change out of my clothes. I put my robe on because I just want to be comfortable. And at that point, I know for a fact that what I'm feeling is contractions, right? And so I have my little contraction app and I'm timing it. So I went into the closet and I recorded this little blurb right here. It is like 3:15ish, and my water just broke. I felt like I was standing up talking to Rob. I felt like a pop. I'm like, woo. And then that was at like 3:05. Then I went to the restroom and there it was. I already reached out to my midwife and she said she'll be here within the hour. So I feel good though. I'm excited. I was letting you guys know I was super excited, and I remember having to shut off the camera because I was having another contraction and I needed to time that bad boy. After every few minutes I was having contractions, and I remember going to the toilet and sitting on the toilet and having my contractions and just breathing through it on the toilet. In through my nose, out through my mouth, just breathing, not fighting against it. I read somewhere where it was like, breathe your baby out. That really helped me, because when you're not fighting against your body, you're allowing things to open up and baby will be able to come through smoothly. So I was breathing my baby out. Because we had already planned a home birth, we had this whole home birth kit. You guys know I had the midwife, Alyssa. Everything was already planned. I already knew from the day I took that pregnancy test that I wanted to have a home birth, and from that point I had begun to prepare. And I found Alyssa, my midwife, when I was around the 20-week mark, and she was amazing. I'll leave her information down below for you guys who are interested. So I was already prepared. I knew that I wanted to have her in my bed. I knew I wanted to have her in my bed, somewhere comfortable, right? I got this mattress protector and a new sheet. So I was telling my boyfriend to go ahead and put everything on the mattress and put the new sheet on there. And we do that, and he was like, okay, but I'm gonna run you a bath so you can go in the tub, because I feel like that's gonna be more comfortable for you. So he did that. Then he went ahead and put the sheet protector on there. He's like, you might want to get in the tub now, because I guess he can sense it. But everything was very calm. My son was here too. He saw the whole thing. So I went ahead, I went to the bathroom, I got into the tub, and I had maybe, I don't know, like 3 or 4 contractions. So this is it. We all go into the bathroom. Me, my son, my boyfriend, we're in the bathroom. I'm in the water. I'm having my contractions. I tell him each time I have a contraction, I have to give him my phone to push the contraction apps for me. I don't know why at that point I was still timing them, but I would just tell him like, okay, I'm having a contraction, and he would time it. And my freaking phone died in that process. I had probably like 2 contractions, and then I got to the point where I was like, oh, I gotta push. And he's like, okay. So I'm like, I'm pushing. I'm not pushing myself, but my body is pushing. So I remember it was a surge, and I was like, I'm pushing. We're doing this. My midwife is on her way. And my boyfriend ends up calling her just to keep her in the loop, because, she's been a part of this journey since the 20-week mark, and, she's a professional. I have another surge coming, and with that surge as well, my body is pushing. Not at a single point did I literally push myself. I allowed my body to push. And that's one thing that's really important, especially when it comes to not tearing down there. This might not be the case in every scenario. One of the books that I read when I was pregnant with my son, it mentioned not pushing yourself, but really allowing your body to push. Like, your body's gonna push for sure. So I had another surge. I was on my hands and knees, and I remember feeling back there to feel it, and I actually felt baby girl's hair. And I was like, oh my gosh. I said, okay. I looked at my boyfriend and I said, okay, with this push, her head is gonna come out. And he's like, all right. And I have another surge, push, and he said her head is out, and he's like, I see her face, and I'm like, okay. I'm just breathing. I'm breathing. I'm like, I feel another one coming on. And I was like, I looked at him, I said, you ready? And my son is here seeing this whole thing. And I don't know. I'm glad that he was able to witness this process. I don't want to cry. So I tell him, I look at him, I say, you ready? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, she's gonna be really slippery. Because I wanted to assure him that she's about to be real slippery to make sure that he doesn't drop her. That final surge, that final push, she was out and my midwife was still on her way. He was holding her and she cried on her own, like automatically. So I remember, because I was on all fours, I kind of had to like lift my leg over the cord, and I grabbed her. I remember holding her on my chest. I remember feeling how warm she was and how plump she was.
A little bit, like you real low.
Here, take my hand. It's your sister.
I'm gonna try calling right back. Hold on.
Mommy, can't fit in the train.
No, it can't.
Oh, it's stuck in the train.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh no!
No worries. What's wrong, big boy?
We're gonna clean it. I'm gonna clean it.
We're gonna clean your tub up.
Oh gosh. What time is it? You
It
didn't even
is
check the time.
3:55.
It
came in
came
like
out in the tummy.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanna jot that down, 3:53.
3:53.
Hello.
It was like 5 minutes ago. We'll say 3:50.
3:50.
What do you think, Alyssa? 3:50?
Hey, sister.
When I get there, I'll tell you. I was
Okay.
right about
Hi.
yeah.
Okay.
Hi,
I'll look back and
sister.
get a time for sure.
Hi,
Okay.
sister.
Alright, bye.
The cord was around her neck, but not tightly. So I remember pulling the cord from around her neck, lifting it over her head. And at that point, my son was like, oh my God, there's an octopus. He thought the umbilical cord was an octopus.
Yeah, you see your sister? Me and mommy delivered her.
Super and sister.
We did that.
But a sister.
Yeah, big boy.
You see her?
It's mommy and sister.
That's right. Give mommy a kiss on the cheek. Tell mommy you love her.
I love her.
Say thanks for bringing my sister in.
Thanks for bringing my sister.
Yeah, now you get to teach her some things, huh?
You excited?
Yeah.
You wasn't scared. You only scared of the octopus, but it's not an octopus.
It's an octopus.
No, it's not. It's called the umbilical cord, big guy.
It's a very cool sister.
That's what attached to your belly button right here. That's what you came out of. I mean, you had it too.
We all had it.
Oh no, there's an octopus.
No, it's not. It's an umbilical cord. He ran. He was like, it's an octopus.
Look at her sister.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Where you at, big boy?
So we were all just like looking at her, and I remember my midwife had came into the house and she was just like, you did it, and like, wow, that was fast. Like, we already knew that she was gonna come fast.
So we'll probably have your placenta pretty soon. Just gonna listen to her real quick.
Yeah, I wasn't catching that.
You don't get that one?
Something in my head and had told me that I'm gonna end up having to like deliver this baby myself. Like, I had a feeling that I would do it myself. So I was already kind of like prepped.
Yeah.
Sister, look what a rock star your mom is. And your dad just catching babies like it's no big deal.
You know. It's like a football, you know?
Yeah.
Just like it.
Football.
I can't believe it.
Sister.
me go grab some gloves and stuff so I can check her out and help with your placenta when it's ready.
Thank you. What you doing, boy?
Hi, sister. Let's say hi,
What you want?
sister. It's a girl.
It's a girl.
That was my home birth. I feel blessed that we were able to deliver a healthy baby girl at home, unassisted. Wow, it's just mind-blowing. So my midwife, did all the midwife things, checked on her and made sure everything was good. I'm not sure. I feel like I was like kind of out of it after that point. I wasn't like, not out of it as in loopy, but you guys know when you're like so in a particular moment where you're not really focusing that much. I was just so into her. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Hi, babe.
Papa, you crazy.
Papa, Ocho. It's an octopus.
It looks like an octopus, huh? It's just a cord. It hooks to your sister's tummy.
After about 40 minutes, I delivered my placenta. I think it was probably about 30 minutes I delivered the placenta because we were going to encapsulate, and there's a certain time frame that you have to deliver the placenta by if you want to have your placenta encapsulated. I wanted to delay the cord cutting, so of course that's what we did. We kept her connected to the placenta for as long as possible to make sure she got all that blood and all of that stuff that's within the placenta, make sure that all drained to her.
Tacos.
You are officially unpregnant.
Yay.
Now you're really good.
And then my boyfriend cut the cord. The midwife and her assistant, they were absolutely wonderful. With my son, I encapsulated my own placenta this time around. I didn't want to have to worry about any of that. I had my midwife encapsulate the placenta. That was actually such a luxury because I received my placenta capsules, I think, when did I receive them? Was it that weekend? Yeah, it was that Friday I received my placenta capsule. I also wanted to do a tincture, so I purchased a tincture, and that just means there's a chunk of the placenta, I think it's in alcohol, and it's literally in a tincture where in the future you can use the droplets on your tongue, and there's just so many nurturing benefits of a placenta tincture. And also I have her umbilical cord, and it's in the shape of a heart, and of course they did a much better job at the umbilical cord than I did. My son's umbilical cord, I tried to shape it as a heart, but it didn't turn out too perfect. I'm going to start taking the capsules on Monday when we hit the 4-week mark. There's no reasoning behind that. I just wanted to do it. I wanted to give myself some time without it, and then I wanted to like start taking it. Baby girl latched on and started breastfeeding right away, which I was like, oh my god, that is one thing that I was really worried about. I really wanted to try to breastfeed this time. That's going to be a separate video because I have to share my journey with breastfeeding. With my son, I exclusively pumped for 11 months, and whew, that was a journey, man. So this time we're breastfeeding. I'm really excited to share with you guys all of the good breastfeeding stuff. The good, the bad, the ugly, guys. Like, and literally, breastfeeding, it got ugly. But I'm gonna share all of that with you guys. I feel like this moment was so amazing, and I wish I documented it more with video, but my phone was dead and I wasn't even thinking about that. The pictures that I did get, I am really grateful for, and I guess this memory, it was just one of those you would have had to be there, and I can't picture it being any other way. Me, my son, my boyfriend, we were all there in that moment delivering baby girl, and it was just so precious. And I guess it's a good thing that I just can't really explain it that well. such a sacred moment for all of us. And at that point, it was like one of those and then we were 4 moments. So it felt really good, and it's just near and dear. So I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my at-home labor and delivery story. It happened quick. Baby girl is thriving. She's gonna be 4 weeks old in a few days, and I can't wait to share her with you guys and all of that. She's actually waking up right now. I'm gonna have to go feed her. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I wish you guys nothing but peace and love. Bye.